Hey, Alex. It's like a test. The door is tricking you. So you're like, okay, I can do yoga, but I can't do this door. That's fine. So in your child's pose, spread out your fingertips nice and wide and let your hips get settled back towards your heels. Take a few moments just to drop down into your body. I feel like the doors in this studio often remind me of a lot of stuff that goes on outside the studio, like on my mat. Yeah, I can be goofy. I'm going to try things. I'm going to be messy. And then like out in the real world, I'm like, shoot, people are looking. I can't do that. Let's be a little bit messy in here tonight. Try a couple of things on and see what happens. Take a deep breath in together. Fill yourself all the way up. And exhale everything out. 2 more like that. A big breath in. Big exhale out. 1 more, fill up. Empty everything. And start to create your Ujjayi breath. A long inhale with a pause at the top. A long exhale with a pause at the bottom. And take downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back and move your body around any way that you need to. Pedal out the feet, spread out the fingertips, and start to get connected to the floor. Each one of the fingertips and each one of your toes. And make your way to the head of your mat. Hang in ragdoll. So pull the pit of your belly way in and up, and then you can choose what you'd like to do with your arms and your hands. Make a box, let them hang down, whatever feels like the right fit. But a nice round C-shaped spine. So the middle of your back, your low back can all reach up toward the ceiling and stretch out. And press into your feet. Rise all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips. Bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for your practice. Pick one specific thing that you want to focus on. We'll send out those intentions with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull if you've got weights. High push-up and pause. Right knee taps the right elbow. Left knee taps your left elbow. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Empty it out. 2 more. Breathe in. Breath out. Last one. Fill up. Empty it out. Look forward and move. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Rise to standing extended mountain. Reach all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap to elbow. Knee tap to elbow. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Clear it out. Big breath. Empty. Good. 1 more like that. Fill all the way. Empty to the pit of your belly. Step or jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up. Press your feet into the floor. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Press your thumbs down on your exhale. Breathe in. Breath out. Hips way up and back. Take 1 more breath. Empty completely. Step or jump. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up. Go back on this one. Stretch. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap. knee tap, low push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, 3 big breaths in, empty, yeah, purposeful, in and out. Last one, empty, jump to the head of your mat, halfway lift, tricep pull, fold down, one more Sunny, rise up to standing, look up between your fingertips, forward fold, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, high push-up, knee tap, low push-up, upward facing, down dog, breathe in together, big breath out, full breath, big exhale, last one, empty completely, step or jump, halfway lift, tricep pull, fold down, chair pose and stay. Keep building that breath, but sit way back into your hips. Yeah, the toes are already off the mat. I like it. Take one more breath in here. Twist right on your exhale. Inhale, open your arms. Stay for the breath out. Back to chair pose. Breathe in. Twist left on your exhale. Inhale, open. Stay and exhale. Back to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push-up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Step through. Reach your hands up or your weights right up to the ceiling. Chaturanga on your exhale. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior one. Step, press, stretch your arms up long. Low push-up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Big exhale. Yeah, it can be a sigh if it needs to be too. Breath in. Clear it. One more. Get empty. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose, one breath. Reach. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and twist. Good. Chair pose. Reach. Twist left. Inhale, open. Stay and twist. Back to chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Fingertips in the mat. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing, right side warrior one. Step and stretch the size of your body up. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior one. Step, press your big toe mounds down. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. Breathe in together. Big breath out. Yeah, make it a conscious choice. In and out. One more. Get empty. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold down. Chair pose. Twist right. Open, breathe in. Stay and breathe out. Back to chair. Eyes set. Twist left. Inhale, open. Stay and exhale. Back to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Step. Lift your chest all the way up to the ceiling. Low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. Step it through. Press and reach. Low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Big breath in together. Clear it out. Yeah, fingertips nice and wide. Breathe in. Breath out. Let that heat build up. One more. Empty completely. Step or jump. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Last sun B. You got it. Twist right. Breathe in and open your arms. Stay and twist. Back to chair. twist left. Inhale, open. Stay and get all the air back out. Back up to chair. Fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High plank. These planks are looking really good tonight. Knee tap, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior. You got it. Deepest lunge yet on this right side. Yes. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. Step. Knee over that front ankle. Good. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Oh. Warmed up and ready to go, folks. Send your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Slow as you can, flip your dog. You can stay three-legged or go all the way over. Oh, yes. It's like you're moving underwater, and then big open breaths, whether you take this to wheel, whether you take this to a cactus arm in your flip dog. Yeah, make some space and flip back over, side plank. Left hand straight up to the sky. You can have a weight in that top hand if you want. Steady breath, you got it. Flex both of your ankles and float that top leg up, even if it's just an inch or two. It doesn't have to be all the way to the ceiling. Yeah, there you go. And now you'll just lift and lower that top leg to touch the bottom leg. Go for 5, 4, yup, 3, 2, 1. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg up and back. Bend your knee, open your hip. Stretch the whole sideline of your body and then stay or flip your dog. Nice. The more attention you put on those transitions and you slow them down and really do them in a methodical, purposeful way, the bigger the practice gets. The easier it is to concentrate because you're going moment by moment. Flip back over, side plank, weight in that right hand up to the ceiling or open hand up to the ceiling. So start with flexed ankles. And then when you've got a stable foundation going, you can lift the foot up a little or a lot toward the ceiling. Yes. Eyes glued to one spot. Lift and lower the top leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low push-up. Whew. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take one breath in. A clearing breath out. Right side crescent lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. This is a perfect opportunity to catch up with your breath if it got a little short or it got away from you. Hands up to the sky. Take up a lot of space. You can come down low in your lunging front leg. And we'll do some knee dips with the back knee. So you can tap it to the mat or just lower it towards the mat. Go for 5, 4. Good control. 3, 2, 1. Stretch up tall. Twist right. Steady rhythmic breaths. You can keep your palms together. You can open up your arms. That part's up to you. Everybody press your back thigh up to the ceiling. Yes, Paige, beautiful. Yes, Adam, beautiful. That skin to muscle to bone connection. You're here for one more breath. Stay for the whole exhale. Twist it out, then warrior 2. Face the opposite way. Whew, I'm already sweating a lot. So yes, there's a lot of sweat happening, a lot of heat happening, good stuff happening. Extended side angle. Bring your front elbow to your front thigh. Long line of stretch from the top hand to the edge of your back foot. Take a half bind, especially if you never take a bind in this pose. Try that on your top arm around your back. So it can be around the back of your hip. It can be tucked into your front hip crease if you've got that range of motion. Yeah, and if you're working towards the full bind with your right arm underneath your front thigh, bend the knee more than you think to give yourself room. Beautiful. You've got one more breath here. Peel that top shoulder open. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side crescent lunge. Step through. I love this section of the sequence because you're already a little bit warmed up and it adds a little more heat, but it's really like, okay, dialed in, more focus, let's get the thing done. Plug in your front big toe mound. Knee dips with the back knee. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch up. Hands to heart twist left. Steady, rhythmic breath, especially if you can't hear the person closest to you or the person on the screen next to you breathing loudly. Breathe a little louder. Bring them back into the practice with you. Palms stay together, arms apart if you're not there already. Back thigh up to the ceiling. Yes, Sarah. Take one more breath in. Stay for the whole exhale. Twist, twist, twist. Warrior 2. Face the other way. Yeah, you can reorient the feet so the front heel's right in line with your back arch. Then extended side angle. Front elbow to front thigh. Stay low in the lunge so you've got room to work with in the bind in a moment here. Half bind. Get that top shoulder up and behind your back where your shoulder blades can hug together. Then full bind if it's there for you. And even if it's not, maybe you try that on. You just reach for it and see what there is to see. Big inhale. High to low push up. Doing that work. Doing that work. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in together. Clear it out. Yeah, number 2, in. Clear the space. Last one. Exhale completely. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. So the heat is on your side. Things are warmed up. Use the heat to pull your muscles into your bones, into center line. Hands to heart twist right. Stay low in your hips. Open your arms. Put your bottom arm between your knees. Yeah, between your knees, top arm up to the sky. We're going to add on pieces of the bind, so you just stop where it feels best. Bottom arm between your knees, top arm around your back. That's the half bind. Full bind. Bottom arm goes underneath your left thigh to catch your fingertips. You'll have to crouch down really low. Nice, Ratana. Flex your lifted ankle. Beautiful. Stay wherever you are in the work of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Forward fold. First 2 fingers are on your big toes. Yeah, and then it's over. Like you try something on, you get a little messy with it, not worried about the outcome, and then you're on to the next pose. No big deal. So you can let your elbows come out to the side, but let your head be heavy here. You can shake it out. Yeah. Let it be heavy. Steady, rhythmic breath. Release your grip. Take crow pose from the head of your mat. You're taking 2 crows this afternoon, and today is the day where you're just going to shoot your legs back into chaturanga if you've never done that before without overthinking it. Gaze set right in front of your fingertips. Fingertips wide and into the ground. Here you go. You're ready? No extra thought. You're already ready. You're set. 3, 2, 1. Shoot your legs back. Yes. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good work. Breathe in together. Big breath out. 2 more. In. Exhale. Last breath. Empty it out. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and breathe. That same action, let the heat percolate. Let it move all the way up through your feet and out through your arms. Hands to heart twist left. Open your arms, bottom arm between your knees. Then you add the pieces, half bind, top arm around your back. Maybe the bottom arm is underneath your right thigh. It'll come on the outside of the thigh. And maybe it's not quite there yet. You're reaching and you're just creating space for it. Stay there in the work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Fold. Gorilla pose. Step on your palms, toes all the way up to your wrists. Then you create the variation of gorilla that works best for you here. So you want to bend your knees a lot or take your legs mat width distance apart. Like you decide which fits best. Let your tailbone make its way up to the ceiling. Steady rhythmic breath. Bring that back in. Release your hands. Crow number 2. So even if you're not a jumper backer, you're not the type that jumps back from crow to chaturanga, you could play around with just shooting one leg back at a time. That's your in-between choice. So the more you press the ground away with your hands, the lighter it'll be when you shoot your legs back. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Shoot back. Nice, David. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. That's the fun. Like it has to be a belly flop and like what the heck just happened before it's this clean, beautiful jump back. Like no one just jumps back on the first time. They're like, oh yeah, piece of cake, no problem. Take a deep breath in together. Clear it out. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Empty completely. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Rise up to standing. Eagle pose, right side. Right arm under, right leg over. You've done a lot of clearing, a lot of heat generating already. So start to pull those pieces that you want back into center. Your gaze on one point, that conscious choice of your breath. Steady and rhythmic. Left side eagle, left arm under, left leg over. Wrap, squat down, squeeze everything into center. So you're making space. You're getting rid of all the stuff that's in the way that makes things complicated so you can focus just on this pose. Right side eagle, second set. Right arm under, right leg over, eyes glued to one spot. And that drishti, that focal point, is not just about having your eyes on a thing. It's about having your attention and your focus on that one thing. Keep your eyes on that focal point. I want you to bring your elbows down towards your knee. Yeah, see if you can tap your elbows to your top knee. Good. Eyes stay glued. Press down and rise back up. Full eagle. You'll do that 2 more times. If you fall out, come right back in. Elbows to knee. Slow and steady. Rise back up. You got this. Only one more. Lower. Elbows to knee. Stand back up. Foot on the floor. Shake it out. Left side eagle. Second set. Left arm under. Left leg over. Wrap. Squat down. So the stability, all of your weight staying focused in the 4 corners of your standing foot is crucial for you to be able to move a bit in space and still maintain the balance. Eyes stay glued. Draw your elbows down towards your knee. It's almost like a crunch. Your pit of your belly pulls in and rise back up. Good. Number 2, lower, squeeze in, tap elbow to knee, rise back up. One more. Come down. Focused, rise back up, both feet to the floor, shake it out. Standing leg raise, right side. Grab a hold of your right raised knee or your right extended foot. Right here in center. The breath got a little quiet, so bring that part back. And that same action, a dialed in attention, your eyes glued to one point. Take your leg out to the right. Reach and look to the left. Steady breath to help keep your balance, to help keep you in the room and on the mat. Come back to center and switch hands. So your left hand on your knee or your foot, reach your right arm way up and back. Turn it into a twist. So you can have your gaze on the side of the room or all the way back towards your fingertips. That's up to you. Good. Come back to center. Take airplane. Send that foot straight back. Long and steady. If you're at the point where you need to tap that back foot down for a second, do that and then come right back to airplane. Flex your lifted ankle a lot. Half moon, open up. Left hand to the floor, to a block, to a water bottle, whatever helpful tool you like to use, and then lift that top leg up to the sky. Nice. Stay here in half moon or take sugar cane. Bend your top knee and grab a hold of your top ankle. Especially if you never typically do that in your practice, just try that on. Let it be messy. Yes, Alex. Perfect. Yeah, Paige. There you go. Yes, Daniela. One more breath. Both feet to the mat. Whew. Doing the thing. Doing the thing. Standing leg raise left side. Grab the left raise near your extended foot. You just start here. This one pose, eyes focused. Steady breath. Take it out to the left. Reach and look right. Steady breath. This is the pose where a lot of people like to hold their breath. Steady conscious choice. Come back to center. Switch hands. Right hand on the near foot. Left arm goes up and back. So your hips are facing forward. Your torso twists to the side of the room. Beautiful. Come back to center. Press that leg straight back. Airplane. You're just going one pose at a time. What's there to explore here? How much space can you make in this pose? Little bit of softness to your standing knee, and then half moon, open up. So let your body land in the half moon, the full half moon, all the way reached out into your feet and your fingertips. And then maybe the sugar cane is there for you. You bend the knee, grab a hold of your ankle. Even if you're not looking at it, you kind of have that proprioception, that sense of where your foot is in space. Yeah, one more breath. Both feet to the mat. Yes. I really, like, it's so hard to get adults to do something where they might not do it perfect the first time. So I really appreciate you guys just trying new stuff on. Standing bow or dancer's pose, right side. A more familiar pose. So soft crease of the elbow faces out for standing bow. Dancers, you've got your strap or your towel around your foot. Take your pose. You'll have a few breaths to get settled into this one. So if you want to hang out for a breath or two and then start to expand, take your time. Time to send that foot all the way up to the ceiling. Your heart past the front edge of your mat. One more breath. Switch sides. Left side, standing bow or dancer pose. You got it. Soft crease of the elbow faces out on your standing bow so you can really work your shoulder onto your back. Softness in the standing knee. Good. One more breath. Both feet to the floor. Right side, second set. If you want to switch the pose to either standing bow or dancer, feel free to do that. Go for it. For this one, get yourself set up and then add breath, a big, powerful breath that takes you all the way to the edge of the pose, to that point where you're not quite sure if you can hold it in that spot for very long. One more breath, switch. It should feel like you're drawing the string back on a bow, like your shin pressing back is opening your shoulder and there's a tension there like you're drawing a bow. Heart forward, shin straight back right up to the edge. One more breath, both feet to the mat. Tree pose, right side. Yogi's choice for tree pose tonight. So you pick any variation of tree you'd like to take. Let it be the comeback to breath pose. If your breath gets away from you in dancers and standing bow like it does for me, let this be the place where you get the breath back. Take one more inhale. Lift up nice and tall. Switch sides. Left side tree. You can choose the same variation or a different one. Steady, rhythmic breath. Let it lift you up and away from the floor. Last inhale. Both feet to the floor. Extended mountain. Reach your hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Lengthen out. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side triangle. Step your right foot between your hands. So you've done all of this building, this clearing out, this making of the heat, and now you get to put that right back into the foundation of the pose. This part of the sequence is here so that you can create a powerful foundation with which to do back bends a few minutes from now. Connect the four corners of both of your feet. Let your toes lift and spread off the mat. Even the toes on the back foot, let them lift and spread. Yes. Press into your feet, rise up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold, turn both of the feet to the long edge of your mat. Hinge down. You've got two options on this side today. You can do ninja lunges, bend your knees and sink to one side and then the other, or wide leg handstand hops. So if you're doing the hops, it's wide fingertips, flat palms on the mat. And you can start by just leaning your weight into your flat palms and let your toes take your weight as your heels come off the ground. Yeah, maybe it's just that. That's all you're working on today. Maybe there's a couple of hops in you. If you're taking those lunges side to side, match up the movement with your breath. So those two things are intertwined with one another. Few more breaths for you to get complete, going side to side, or maybe one more hop. And press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Turn both feet to face the front edge of your mat. We're going to do splits today, just splits across the board. So you've got two options. If you want to do the full split and that feels comfortable, great. If you're like, wow, that's out of my comfort zone, I'm not doing a full split today, great. Do half split, bend your left knee and put your knee on the ground and just have your right leg straight out in front. Toes up to the ceiling. Good. So you can have blocks on the sides of your hips. You can have your hands on your hips, whatever feels most stable. And you can hang out right here. There you go, David. Straighten out the front leg. So there's a lot of different degrees of tipping forward, of stretching and opening up the split, but you want your hips to be square to the front edge of your mat. So if you're starting to open up your hips to the side of the mat, just zip it back up and lift away from the floor. You're here for a couple more breaths. You got this. Front toes up to the ceiling, wide awake. Take one more breath in. High to low push-up you go. So you can bend the front knee or walk your hands over to the side, whichever way gets you. Back to downward facing dog. Through your vinyasa to left side triangle. Step your left foot between your hands. A familiar pose where you can start with the foundation, then work your way up to your fingertips. Bring the breath. Use your breath like a tool to send your exhale straight down into your feet and through your mat into the floor. Yeah, and the toes get light. They lift and spread off the mat. The soles of your feet do the connecting to the ground. Rise up. Side facing wide leg fold. Both of the feet face the long edge and then a bind with this one. So you can bind your hands or take a towel or strap between your hands and hinge forward. With that bind, you might sway a little side to side. Sometimes I like to pull with my right hand over to the side and stretch the left shoulder and then vice versa. Maybe you just hang and let your arms hang down towards the floor, and that's exactly the stretch that your body's looking for right now. Release your hands, rise up to standing. Splits facing the front edge of your mat. Right knee down to the floor, left leg straight out, either a half split or a full. Blocks and water bottles are super helpful in the splits because then you can stay higher up and focus on the hips and worry less about your legs just sliding. Hips nice and square. I'll get you another block, David, so it's a little more stable than that water bottle. Toes up to the ceiling. Can you keep just a little bit? Oh, yeah, good stuff. There you go. That's a little more stable. A little bit of softness in that front knee. See how that shifts the stretch in your split. I know. Stay here. You're almost there. 3, 2, 1. High to low push-up. Make your way through your vinyasa, and we'll all end up in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in together. Clear it out. Breath in, breath out. Last one. Clear it all out. Step or jump through to sit. Come into staff pose. So your legs straight out in front, arms straight out in front. When I teach kids to do yoga, I'm like, it's like Frankenstein. Stick your arms out like Frankenstein. Tall spine. Then slowly round your spine to the mat, bone by bone. See if you can get your low back to touch the floor before the middle of your back. Yes, breathe on the way down too. That part's important. Oh, yes. Heels like breaks. And then when you get there, bridge pose. Bend your knees and plant your feet on the floor. You can put a block between your thighs if you like that additional help to squeeze your inner thighs together. Press down and rise up. Hands either bound underneath you or hands in cactus arms so you can press your shoulders straight back into the floor. Take one more breath in here. Lower down. Knees left and right like windshield wipers. Second set of bridge. Press down, rise up. If you've got the block between your thighs, you can keep it right there. If there's no block, bring your right knee into your chest and press your right foot up to the sky. 2 options here. You can have a long straight leg or pulse your hips up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Left leg up to the sky. Pulse or hold it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Knees side to side. All right, yogis, you are more than ready for a big back bend. It's time for wheel. Wheel number 1. Tuck your fingertips under your shoulders. Rise on up. Bridge your wheel. Just up and away from the floor. Big and open and spacious. Beautiful. Tuck your chin. Make your way down. Breathe in together. Big exhale. Number 2, press, lift, go. Bridge your wheel. Yeah, there's no hesitation now. You've done the work to clear the space so that you can just come up into a big, beautiful pose and then lower down. Breath in. Breath out. Number 3, press and go. Up and away. Each fingertip and each toe participating in your wheel or your bridge. Lower down. Breath in. Breath out. Number 4, press, lift, go. Yes, you've only got 3 more. Don't miss the opportunity. Keep coming up and away. And make your way down. Full breath. Full exhale. Number 5, press, lift, and go. If you're staying up, keep focused. Eyes on one spot. Breath coming in and out. Otherwise, lower down. Breath in. Breath out. Last bridge, last wheel, your last opportunity for a big full back bend. Press, lift, go. Yes. Plug your big toe mounds into the mat. Tuck your chin and come down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Good work. Trying all the things, doing all the fancy tricks, all of that stuff. Eyes stay open right up at the ceiling. See what you see. Everyone take a breath in through your nose. Flutter your lips when you exhale. Yeah, one more like that. Give you that chance to relax your jaw. Happy baby or dead bug. Anytime it feels like you're clenching too tight or you're trying too hard, like the pose is too hard, just flutter your lips and let that go. Yeah, the whole back of your pelvis, your whole spine down on the mat. Legs straight up to the sky. Set yourself up for scissor legs. So hands either behind your head or under your hips. If you want to add a challenge, you can have your hands by your hips, but like on the side and press down into the floor. Lower your right leg halfway to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, switch. Breathe in. Exhale, switch the legs. Breath in and switch. Keep going back and forth. Movement attached to breath. Those exhales helping to lift the bottom leg up to the top again. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg straight up. Lower both legs 30 degrees. Lower both legs 60. Lower to hover. Flutter kick your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back up. Belly down to the mat. Shoulders down to the mat. Lower 30. Lower 60. Lower to hover. Open the legs wide and bring them back close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight up. Belly down and shoulders down. You got it. There's only one more set. Lower 30. Lower 60. Lower to hover. Any fancy footwork you want. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Knees into your chest. We'll do abdominal twists here, but I want you to go in slow motion, like it takes a full inhale in the center and a full exhale to twist one way. Go for it. Elbow to opposite knee. Yes, full inhale to center, full exhale to twist one way, full inhale to center, full exhale to twist the other way. So you really get all of the muscles on the side of your torso to pull in and tuck so you can twist. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, awesome control, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees into your chest. Rock forward and back. Make your way to downward facing dog. You can vinyasa your way there. Just step straight back to down dog. Good old downward facing dog. Right side half pigeon. Right knee to right wrist. Can absolutely take this pose on your back if you want. Whichever direction you're facing while you take your half pigeon, check in with your front shin. Your shin on your right leg. See if it might move closer to parallel with the front edge of your mat. Or maybe you can bring that shin a little closer to your chest if you're taking the pose on your back. A lot of the time exploring something in the practice isn't like, oh, I'm going to do this big, grandiose, different pose now. It's my hip used to be this tight and my leg could only go this far. And now I've been doing yoga for a while now, so maybe there's a little more room. Maybe it's a different half pigeon because you've got more room. Keep your attention on your breath. Steady, purposeful, intentional, so that you've got an anchor to keep you here on the mat. Few more breaths here in your half pigeon. You can stay right where you are or take king pigeon. You'll rise up, bend your back knee, and grab a hold of your back ankle with either one of your hands. That quad stretch usually feels pretty good at this point in the practice. If not good, maybe it's a strong sensation. We'll just give it a neutral term. Downward facing dog, shake it out. Left side half pigeon. Can the shin come further forward or closer to your chest? It might just be like 1/4 of an inch and you're like, didn't know. Good to know. The hips are a little tricky like that because certain days or different times of the year, the hip is like, yeah, lots of space. Got it. Let's do this pose. And other times it's like, I don't even want to be anywhere near a hip opener. Get away from me. So you've really got to check in and have a listening for it every single time you're on your mat. Steady breath, steady Ujjayi breath. Every time your mind tries to pull you somewhere else, you just notice that it's going that way. No big deal. You're going to stay right here. Right here on your mat. Stay in your half pigeon or take king pigeon. A deep stretch across the front of that quad. Downward facing dog, shake it out. Seated single leg extension is next. Make your way to a seat, but a seated wide leg stance. So you've got both of your legs out. As comfortable as they'll go, and then toes turned up toward the ceiling. We're going to do seated single leg extension, but with both legs out. So you'll turn towards your right leg. You can either fold over the right leg or take a long stretch, a long side bend towards your right leg. Toes up to the ceiling. Yeah, sitting on a block is a great way to go. Especially if you need a little, like if it feels that your sit bones, the bony points in your butt are kind of scooped underneath you and you can't fold forward, sitting on the block helps push those sit bones back behind you. Breathe nice and deep in the side of your body if you're taking that side bend. Nice and deep into the lower corner of your back if you're taking the fold. Switch sides, come up through center and either fold over the left leg or take the side bend over the left leg. And then it's fine tuning. So if you're paying attention to your breath in these seated folds, you'll really know, okay, I can fold about this far and that's my limit because I can still breathe right here. When you get past the point where you can listen to the breath or it's kind of jagged or short, that's past the point. Toes awake, right up to the ceiling. Come back to center, fold right down the middle. Legs nice and wide, a little bit of softness to your knees. There's always a really wide spectrum of accessibility in this pose. Like some people can fold flat on the floor, no big deal without even thinking twice about it. And others you're like, I'm pretty close to sitting upright all the way. I'm definitely in the latter camp in this pose. And you just stay there and breathe. You work with it. Take one more breath here. Stay for the exhale. Rise back up. You can pick up your hands behind your knees to help bring your legs back together if you need to. Fish pose. You can put that block between your shoulder blades or tuck your hands underneath you for fish. If you're tucking the hands underneath, make sure that you tuck them far enough that you can get the top of your head down towards the mat. Not an intentional choice with your feet and your legs, so they can be stretched out with pointed toes or supta baddha legs. There's not really a wrong answer. There's just an intentional answer, and then your legs are just showing up and you're not paying attention. And it's not that one's better than the other. It's just that one's part of the pose and one's not. Eyes stay open. See what you see. Two more breaths here together. Deep inhale. Exhale through your mouth. One more. Fill up. Big exhale out. Make your way onto your back and let's get upside down one more time. Either a waterfall with your back on the floor and your legs in the air. Shoulder stand. Maybe you're working on headstands and handstands. Get upside down. So you were playful and trying on different things before, earlier in your practice. Have a little bit of that lightness here while you're upside down as well. Less focused on something being exact and quote unquote right. Instead, paying attention to how it feels, how it's landing. What do you need to adjust in the moment? Headstands and handstands. You've got a couple breaths and then child's pose, no rush. Shoulder stands, you can head to plow. If you're in waterfall and want to take plow, go right ahead. You're so close, David. You're so close. Plow to deaf yogi. Bend your knees, squeeze them around the side of your head. Let your spine really round like a C shape toward the front edge of the mat. And slowly lower down, piece by piece. Bone by bone. Hug your knees into your chest and give them a squeeze when you get there. Supine twist right. Drop your knees one way, twist and look the other. Supine twist, opposite way. Supta Baddha Konasana. Come back to center. Press the soles of your feet to touch. Let your bones be heavy down towards the floor. If you're in studio, you've got a cold eye towel by the upper corner of your mat. You can put that on now if you want. Shavasana. Let your legs stretch out nice and long. Arms down by your side. You've done all the work you needed to do, exactly how you needed to do it. Take a deep breath in. Fill yourself up, 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 up. Exhale it out. Let your entire body rest easy on your mat. Bless you. Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back to your hands and your feet. And plant your feet on the floor and rock onto your right side. With your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish up practice together with 3 final ohms. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you all so much coming into the Sweaty Studio, signing in virtually and getting sweaty that way too. Namaste. Good work, everybody. Sweaty and fun and good and a little bit messy, and that's the way I like it. If anybody has any questions, let me know. I'll be floating around the studio. Hopefully, I will see you next week on Tuesday and Thursday. We're going to be focusing a lot on the resistance bands next week, so if you don't have them, we do have some to borrow, but just to keep that in mind for next week. Have a good rest of your night.